First things first, we have a practice game against Graham, that's him with the beard, and his Grey Knights, which are in there. Let's see how this goes. Oh, Dan, you're on camera again. So what's your test game? And who do we have here? We have Chris. Some of you know Chris. I spent 11 years trying to get rid of him and still failed. Say hi, Chris. So, end of turn 7, and all I have left is a half a tactical squad and a full tactical squad. I think the term bugger springs to mind. Graham, did you enjoy your game?
That's very exciting. Thank you very much.
That's alright.
I'll do it again anytime.
Thanks. Chris and Dan, how's your game going?
I'm such a job.
Yeah. That good, eh?
No, I like it.
Right, it is now 7:30 on Saturday, day 1 of Throne of Skulls. I've just woken up, bit of trouble sleeping, but not that bad. Now it's time to go and meet Kieran and Dan and get ready.
And here we are at the very beginning of Throne of Skulls 2012. Over there we have Kieran, just queuing up to register, next to the Black Library stand where they have a selection of pre-release books on order. Right, here we have table 54, where I'll be playing my first game. Nice and even, with a nice bit of scenery, one hill in each deployment zone, hopefully, and there you go, table 54. So, game 1, and I've got Racerback Spam Blood Angels. This could be interesting. So, Kieran, end of turn 1, how did you do?
Managed to win a game in the bag. Didn't feel massively brilliant about winning it because it turned a little one-sided, unfortunately. This was a guy who hadn't been playing 40k for long. He was getting back into it after a 3.5 year break, so wasn't familiar with he had the rules down fine, a little bit of addition creep, that's to be expected, but he had some unfortunate dice. To execute a Dread Knight in turn 1 shooting, which packing only 24-inch range guns is quite impressive.
It's quite special, yeah. Anything particularly memorable happen apart from that?
Yes, I ate a Grey Knight Grandmaster with scarabs. So,
that's not something that happens every day, so you're happy with that result then?
Why wouldn't I be happy with eating a Grey Knight Grandmaster with scarabs?
Because we all know Kieran's thoughts on Grey Knights. They deserve it.
They do deserve it.
Moving on to...
Didn't even leave the armour left.
Oh dear. Moving on to Dan. How did your game go?
I lost.
You lost? Yeah? Okay, just. That's a good sign. It means you know where you went. Do you know where you went wrong?
Yes.
Good. Any particular moments that are memorable?
Just out of an inch of thought.
Oh.
Something that was going to basically turn the game around.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a shame. Anything else, or is that it?
The library went on a rampage.
That's good.
By himself.
Good, good. It's always useful to have.
A couple of tactical squads. Part of an underground squad, a couple of drop pods.
Nice. Cool. How about, what have we got over here? How did you do?
I had Tyranids, and I was against Tyranids for the first time.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
It was fantastic. I was taken to school by a more experienced player.
But did you learn anything?
I learned a lot. I remembered that Trigon Primes can shoot a lot. They're not just amazing at assault. So they shot at my Gene Stealers, which is very foolish. I was on the receiving end of Yumgal for once, which absolutely is.
That's never pleasant.
It's painful. Well, I stopped taking them because I was losing friends at a very rapid.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Yeah, but I think after this schooling, I'll definitely...
You're going to go back and take them?
Yeah, I'm going to squeeze Yumgal back in, I think. And I might squeeze a Doom of Malantine.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
That was fucking outstanding. Keep me swear at that.
Yeah, and you've already managed to fit one in.
Have I?
Yep.
Oh, damn. that's me. He dropped his Doom of Malantine down that bed.
Was that in a pod? In a pod? Yeah.
Yeah. All my stuff was in pods, but it scattered off target.
So your dice screwed you.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I didn't lose because of dice. Definitely lose because he was ahead of me.
Any particular memorable moments?
My Tyranids Prime Warrior thing just wouldn't die.
That's good. That's always useful.
Yeah, he was assaulted by like 20 Gene Stealers, and he somehow didn't die.
That's cool.
Which is fantastic.
Cool. Right, you want to do?
That's the only thing. You can hold it.
So how did your game go then?
I drew Blood Angels Razorback Spam with Mephiston.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I must admit, went into the game thinking, holy crap, I'm going to die.
Yep.
And generally, yes, I did. I did manage to pull a draw out of it.
Oh,
The main
wow.
memorable moments I found were when Mephiston died to bolt gunfire, so it's entertaining.
Incredible.
And a las cannon from 47.5 inches took out a Razorback and killed 4 of the 5 people inside it.
Well, las cannon killed something. That's,
Yeah, las cannon that hit killed something.
That's outstanding. That's,
It is, I mean, I was really pleased with that.
Well, yeah.
Everything generally got completely squashed. I think I had a Rhino, a tactical squad, and 2 Predators left at the end of the game, which isn't a whole lot. But oh well,
Yeah.
these things happen.
Yeah. So you were saying a draw is good then for
A
the
draw
start
is
of
a
the
good
tournament?
start, yeah. I think. I looked at it and thought, I'm going to lose, came out with a draw,
Yeah.
can't really complain.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Here we see, Kieran has moved up to table 27. I've moved over to table 34. I'm playing a guy called Dave. I have no idea what he has. And looking down, where is Dan? Dan is on table 64. So, game 2, I'm against Nurgle Chaos Marines. This is going to be an interesting one. We have Obliterators, Marines, a Demon Prince and a Defiler. The level of screwed may be higher than against the Blood Angels, but we'll see. So, Steve, how did your game go?
I lost terribly again.
Yeah?
It was against Orcs, it was against a great Orc player, it was really good. And he had a couple of battle wagons and scout schools.
Uh-huh.
Corner core, and he started first and came towards me really quickly. Popped a wagon with the stone ropes, and that was nice. Then he just started killing my stuff, and I charged Scout School with some Gene Stealers, and they all, no, I didn't charge Scout School, I charged his Meganox, and they all died horribly. Yeah, it came down to the end. It could have been a draw, but I forgot about the Brood Lords thing where you reduce Skipper's leadership.
Oh,
If I'd done that,
yeah.
it probably would have been a draw, but I completely forgot about it. And it was a loss, but it was a great game. I enjoyed it. Learned to use Brood Lords powers next time.
Yeah.
And that was my game.
Plan for next game?
Remember Brood Lords,
Good.
powers, and outflag Jinx Stealers.
Yeah.
Do that next time.
Okay, Dan, how did your game go?
I actually won.
I know, it's good, isn't it? So, tell us how.
Using a self-marine.
Yep, they deserved everything they got. Anyway, continue.
What the librarian kind of messed his way halfway through the squad.
Uh-huh.
The army.
Yep,
Admittedly though, he did have the combat squad.
yep, okay, that was a mistake, but
And he fired 12 thunderfire cannon shots at him. Not to mention melta guns, las cannons and bolt guns fired.
well, that's extremely lucky. Tell us, how did the Thunderfire cannons do? Did they muck you up at all, or?
They did.
They did, yeah?
They took out, didn't do too much to the squad, but what they took out they increased 2 of the squad.
Oh!
And they immobilised the Razorback.
Okay, so your entire army ground to a halt, basically. Yeah.
But the way I did it was I came out on the flank.
Yeah? Yeah?
Fox units, fought with streets and lance around.
Okay, cool, so you had a good game, yeah? Any plans for the next game?
Hopefully win.
Survive, yeah?
Survive.
And my turn. Kieran will be joining us later. He is currently at the bar having a drink. So I'll give you a hand over to Steve again. Yeah, I lost. It was a really good game though. It was really close right up until turn 4, where one of my tactical squads was unceremoniously shot off of an objective.
Yep.
Gonna go through the last objectives for my storms, turn 5, at the end of the game, and then he rather inconsiderately blew them both out of the sky before I got to move them.
Oh, really?
So that didn't really go well.
Yes.
But I got my revenge earlier in the game when, after his Demon Prince and Defiler massacred their way through my assault squad, the Librarian somehow survived the Demon Prince, turned round and ate the Defiler for breakfast and wounded the Demon Prince in the explosion. So it's not all bad. But yeah, next point, table quarters kill points. It's my kind of game. This could be interesting.
We'll see what happens.
Yep. No, you're good. Very good.
Really?
Yep. So Kieran, how are we doing?
Second game was a win.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was far more of a trouncing than it actually was.
Really? So it looked bad but wasn't?
At the end of the game, my opponent had one Dreadnought with one arm left, locked in combat with some Immortals.
Oh dear.
And that was it. But beginning of turn 5, we had 2 Marines holding an objective, and if they'd made their armour saves, it would have been a draw.
Oh!
So, unfortunately, statistics were kind to me, and they felt like they statistically should have fallen.
Chalk up another victory for the Assassin King then.
Just about, I think.
Anything memorable you'd like to add?
Scarabs ate things, the Catan just chewed through everything he wandered towards.
Yeah, he does that.
I love him. He's fantastic.
Cool.
At some point I might run a Monstrous Creature army and go for as many Monstrous Creatures I can fit in.
Nids.
But that's for later days.
That's for a later date. Right, thank you, Kieran. Okay, so round 3, we've got Kieran on table 2. Moving down, we have Dan on table 22. And me, probably right down near the bottom somewhere. On table 49. And round 3, we are against a absolutely gorgeously painted Tau army. This should be fun. So, Dan, how did you do? You lost. What were you playing?
Space Wolf.
And what did you have?
4 Razorbacks, 4 Rhinos, about 73 models.
Ouch. How many long fangs?
Maximum squad size, 2.
Oh, ouch. No surprises there. So, anything you learned from that game?
Not really.
Did you see what was on the board about your Blood Angels army?
They,
Happy about that? You're famous.
yeah,
You're on Facebook.
What?
That gear gets added to Facebook straight away.
Alright, yeah.
And of course, watching the man with the empty plates go past as I film you. Following the man with the empty plates, we move over to Steve. We're still tucking into his dinner.
I lost.
You lost.
Run away from good.
Yes,
That's what I know.
that's about it. And moving on to Kieran, who is actually live tweeting the results of his game.
I won.
You won.
Yeah.
Anything special about your opponent or your game you'd like to add?
The army was awesome. He was
Yeah.
running an X-Knight army, so all using a Bravo Codex, so all his vehicles were dragons.
Nice.
Which is awesome. I managed to shut down most of his movement with tremor staves and just kind of populating the board. The Scarabs did an awful lot of work in really just kind of putting the shits up his tanks.
Yeah.
And the Catan just marched through half his army.
No surprises there.
With a lot of strength 3s, he just kind of sights his way through nearly everything. He finally
Nice.
got taken down in turn 7 due to a Fire Prism endlessly firing at him.
Yes,
So
I
that
think that's a
finally
valuable.
took his last win.
I think that's a valuable trade-off. Because it's not firing the rest of your army.
Well, it was 9 kill points to 6
Nice.
by the end of it, which is, I'm considering that an achievement, seeing as it's Eldar and they're nearly impossible to sort of get out of their rides. Although, all that said, he only had 1 unit with hollow fields. And
Okay.
they got eaten to death by Scarabs, so the hollow fields did nothing.
Hooray! So,
Fantastic.
another win in the crown of the Scorpion King. Not Scorpion King, Assassin King. Yes, the Assassin
I am
King.
not Dwayne Johnson, sir.
You can, however, do the eyebrow, apparently. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's just a cocked eyebrow. I believe Roger Moore was the precursor for the
Quite possibly.
eyebrow.
Yes. And as for me, I lost. I had Tau. Let's not go there. Some good rounds of combat right up until the fact he started shooting me, and I basically got blown off the board. Oh well, hopefully having a bit more of a positive day tomorrow, and we'll just see what we get.